Hey guys, this video is just to show you what we're really trying to do because we've been having some issues with back and forth feedback. So hopefully the video explains what exactly we want you to do. So this images are from chapter 1 to 10. So you see as I go forward to explain to you what we really need to done. So for chapter 1, we have this original image here, okay, that you guys designed. But if you actually look here, this is the original image. As you can see, this vertebrae kind of points down, and this one is actually rotated slightly to the right. See, it's kind of slanted to the right, and you can see that this pathologic this pathologic neutral is different from what you guys had here. So this is a completely different image from this image that you guys drew. So this needs to be fixed. We need to redraw this image and make sure this actually matches along with this image. We have anatomic barriers here, physiologic barriers here, and you can see the pathologic neutral is a different position, and midline neutral is completely different because it's slanted, and the restrictive barrier is in bold. As you can see, the pathologic barrier is also in bold. Okay, if you guys can redraw this semicircle a little bit, make it look nicer and space it out a little bit more, that would be nice. And also the loss of motion is not even being shown here at all, and you can't even, and you see the restrictive and the pathologic barrier. It doesn't have, don't put it inside a box. Okay, so that's the issue with this image. The other thing is we wanted you guys to use this particular image here instead of this drawn one, but we want you to kind of highlight the edges in black. And what I would like you guys to do to make it easier for you guys is that create an image, for example, with just this schematic first, and then give us another duplicate of it that looks like this. So this one here is supposed to be rotated, okay? So it actually looks something like that. See, that's the difference between the second image. So I want you guys to create two images of this image. So create this one, okay, that I highlighted here, just with this regular schematic, make sure it's rotated, slanted, and then create another one with this image here that I showed you, but highlight it in black because currently it's gray. But don't paint it in black because you guys painted it in black before and it wasn't looking good. So I wanted to see what this image looks like just in black, just the edges highlighted. Okay, that's the problem with this image. For this image here, this is the original image, figure 1.2 and 1.3. And this is what you guys sent us. So the image is looking good so far. The only issue we have currently is that, look, this image on the left is supposed to be on the right, and this one on the right is supposed to be on the left. So if you look at the original image, you can see that this image that has this little pointy vertebrae is actually here to your left. That's figure 1.2, and the other image to the right. That's all we need you to do, just swap them, basically put this to the side and move this to the right side. Okay. So we wanted to use this image before. So the reason why we created this one is that, see, you guys made this in black and white, and we don't like how black this is because it doesn't look great. We just wanted you to highlight it. So if you guys can create, this image is perfect. This is the original image. We just need to flip them. But this vertebrae that's sitting in here, this is called a vertebrae. We wanted to see what it looked like if we use this image, but highlighted just the vertebrae in black. So if you can create another one, that would be great. So it would be like two versions of this image. This one with this vertebrae here, and the same image with this vertebrae, but we don't want it all in black colored like this. Okay, that's figure 1.2 and 1.3. All right, so this is for figure 2.1. All right, this is the image that we gave you. This is what you guys created. The image looks great. The only problem is that this facet area, it's very dark, and we want you guys to follow the consistency of the images. You guys use a thick black line here, but when you design this, it's a little more thinner. So we'd like to keep that consistency so that this doesn't look completely different. So make it like a thin white line around the edges. Okay, now don't make this black. You can kind of gray it out a little bit, but the black kind of doesn't make it look good. You can also kind of make this a little bit gray inside, so to kind of represent this section here. And even you can kind of just highlight the inside of the vertebrae. So this is the inside of the vertebrae here. So that's the vertebral body. So just make sure, we just didn't like the black, hole that you created in here. I think that's the only issue with this image here, okay? Now, we wanted you guys to replicate this image here for 2.2. And the issue is that when you guys drew it out, it didn't come out well. So we wanted you guys to replicate this image instead, okay? So just replicate this image for 2.2, label the alternate process in joint of Lushka. Make sure you follow the pattern using like the thin lines you use so it's consistent, all right? So that's 2.2. So this image, the only issue is that when you guys sent us the new one, the angle, we want this line to touch here. Okay, that's the issue with this one. So we want this angle to touch this part right here where I have my mouse, and this tubercle line to touch here. Okay, so that's the only thing left in there that we want you guys to fix. Also, inside the circle here, there's almost like a little gap, a little space in here. Let me kind of zoom this out a little bit. Just kind of clean that up a little, make it a little cleaner hole. That's pretty much all I'll probably see for that. Otherwise, the image is looking great, okay? So extend the line for the tubercle and extend the line for the angle. But otherwise, the image is looking good, okay? And also, okay, I think that's pretty much it. Image 11. Now, the only issue with this image 11 is if you look at the original image, first of all, there's a little space between the vertebrae here. See that? This is too close, okay? It's kind of like attached to it. Also, the other thing is that actually, you know, we wanted to create, see how there's an arch. This actually goes up and makes a turn on the inside. That's kind of what the vertebrae looks like. This kind of comes down like a dome. So we wanted to try to create that arch on the inside of that. So it kind of mimics this original image here, okay? So if you guys can fix that, that's the only issue that we're having with this image, okay? This one looks good. Don't worry about this one. I think you guys already fixed this already. And this one looks good too. 4.4, I think you guys fixed this already, so don't worry about that. Now for this image here, the image looks great. The only problem is that we wanted to shade the inside of the space. So this blue space, make it kind of like dark, so that it kind of separates it. Also, we wanted the edges of this arrow to kind of be a little more bolder, right where the crack is, like where that little crack is, make it bold in black so it's a little thicker so students can see it. Also, remove this arrow here, and this arrow is supposed to point, see, I showed you guys, the arrow is supposed to point to where the break is, right there. See, where the crack is? That's where the arrow is. So remove this arrow and then point that arrow up there. And make sure the edges is thicker, so it's kind of highlights and shows you what really happened. And also make sure there's enough space, because you guys didn't put enough space in here. So make sure there's enough space between these two broken bones. Okay, and just make sure this space here, this one, and this one, it's painted in you know, almost like either a gray color or black color, so it kind of pops out so you can see it better. Okay. So this image, you guys did a good job. You fixed this problem here, but we wanted you to put these arrows. See these two arrows pointing here? They need to come in front. So that's the only thing that's missing there. Make sure you put those two arrows. That's why we said add arrows here. Okay, this little thing says add arrows here. That's why we wanted that. So put those two arrows in front of this image. That's 4.9. All right, for this curve angle, this image does not match. Look, the way you look at it is count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. There's 15 blocks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So there's 15 blocks. The problem is where the position of these lines is completely wrong. It's in the middle. So this angle is actually between 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Block number 6, that's where you start. 7, 8, 9, 10. And block number 10. Between 6 and 10, which is right here, that's where you put the arrow and you put this. So just move this down here between 6 and 10, and that'll fix this image, okay? For this one, the only feedback we have for 6.5 is you guys painted this black. Can you make it gray? Because this is what the original looks like. That's the only issue. So this inside here is gray, okay? So here, here, right here, right here, all gray, okay? For 6.6, so the issue with this image in 6.6 is that you guys had this line coming over and crossing over this pointy area, but if you look at the original image, it's behind it. So make sure when you recreate it, just erase this line and make your line go behind this. That's the issue with 6.6. The same thing with 6.7. See that line right there? Let me kind of move this so you can see. All right, see that line? It's crossing over. It's supposed to go behind. And this is the original image. Let me go zoom it out. See, the line goes behind. I'm just gonna give you guys an example. 6.8, the same thing. Line behind. Put it behind. Okay. Same thing for 6.9. Same issue. Put the line behind. All right. So for this one, this forward sacral torsion one. So here, look. When this arrow is coming behind, it actually, the line is straight forward and crosses, basically clips off it. Here the problem is you guys put this arrow in front. It's supposed to go behind the this little image here. So put it behind and draw the straight line across. Okay, so it kind of mimics. That's why I put in a circle. And the shadow is supposed to be thickening, right? It's a little shadow in there. This is when you guys put a space pinch here, there's no space there. It's just basically the line and the shadows behind it. So fix this area here to look exactly like this. I like the way you guys made this. This arrow looks great. So just keep it that way, okay? I like the way the arrow looks good. But this shaded area is supposed to blend with this corner here. So redraw it to match this section. The same thing with here. Look, the arrow comes from behind, which looks good. But the problem is you guys decide to put a little shading and then there's extra line. There's no extra line. It's just a shaded area shadow behind it like that. So keep it the same, same issue. That's for this image, it's the same issue. You guys decide to put this little extra here, but that's not what it looks like on the original image. The original image here, it blends in, and also the arrow goes behind the image. So, but the arrow stops right here. So the arrow needs to go behind and the line kind of goes over it. Okay, so keep the arrow in front. And I like the way you guys do the arrow. It looks great. Okay. You know, this arrow has a line that crosses. You don't do that. I like the way you guys do it here. Same issue here. See, this area here needs to be fixed. It needs to look like this. This arrow needs to go way behind and hide behind the box. And then, as you can see, it's hidden. So follow it very carefully. It's very important. These are medical images. The same thing here. This is kind of, the shadow is kind of hanging off. We need it to blend in. All right. So redraw it to match this image on the left. This image is the same thing. The shadow needs to blend in. Same thing here. The arrow looks great. Okay. Same issue here. Blend in the image so it looks exactly like this. See that? That shaded area blends in. The only issue here is that you guys spelled trapezoid wrong. So it's Z-O-I-D. You guys wrote it as Z-I-O-D. So just fix that, please. Thank you. This image, the original image we sent you was cut off, so I'm sending you the full image. So it's what's missing is this piece right here and this piece right here. So just add it to the top and put the labels, #1B with the arrow pointing this way and #1B with the arrow pointing that way. So recreate this exact image. Thank you. So this image is this image we want you guys to recreate now. So I'm just going to try to fix this. So this image, so when you guys draw out this image, what we want you to pay attention to is that pay attention to the lines, pay attention to the spellings. That's very, very important. Okay, don't screw up the spelling, please. These are medical images. This one that says musculocutaneous. So just make sure you label it exactly the way we have it. So the only thing I'll probably add to this is this musculocutaneous is spelled M-U-S-C-U-L-O-C-U-T-E-O. Right there. So this one right here that says musculocut, it should be spelled musculocutaneous. Okay, so you just fix that. Now, when you guys redraw this, you can make the lines, you know, maybe all in, like thicker and black, and make it look nicer, you know, like so it's much, you know, aesthetic and look much better. And this thick black lines, just put them in dotted lines. You don't have to put them in thick black lines. Like just make dotted lines across down the middle, and then make sure the labeling is very, very crucial. Please, guys, don't screw up the labeling. This image, when you guys drew it, you inverted it. Okay, this is the original image 8.3. Okay, this is what you drew, this is what you're trying to do. Okay, this is what we need you to do. I just flipped the image and it looks like it, but the problem is when you guys drew it, it was backwards. So just flip the image and it should be done. All right, and it will look like this. And you can remember to shade the inside of this bone here. All right, this image here, this is shaded. You guys forgot to shade it, so put the shading here. Also, the arrow has a shading here, so shade, 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 and shade here. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay, put the shading in there. Okay, that's it for that image. This image here, you spell vertical axis wrong, so you put axis, it's A-X-E-S. Okay, so please fix that. Also, this image got cut off, so I sent you the full image. Please don't put the red line. Just redraw this whole thing here. Okay, the skull. For this image, the only thing missing here is that there's 1, 2, 3, 4 here, but there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, so make sure you put the 5th bone in there. It's kind of hanging off this tiny little piece. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so make sure you draw it out. And also, make sure you put this arrow in black going up, and this arrow, you're missing an arrow here, it's also going up. Okay, so that's very important. For image 910, it was cut off, so you just need to redraw the top piece here and add it to the top piece here. Okay. For this image, also the top piece was missing, so you just redraw the top piece. And this is not rotation, it's axis of rotation. Okay, so make sure you write the correct spelling. Okay, this is phenoid. All right, so just redraw it and make sure you label it right. And this image here got cut off also. So it's not rotation, please, it's axis of rotation. So please put that correct and redraw this image. So this is for chapter 1 all the way to chapter 9. So I'll send you from 9 to 18 that's left. But please, please, please follow all the instructions to the letter. These are medical textbooks that we are using. So we have to be extremely accurate. And I don't want you guys to keep doing the same mistakes over and over. So I hope this video has simplified things for you. If you have any questions, just get me on Skype and I'll be there to explain it to you guys, okay? All right, if you have any questions, just holler at me. Thank you.